Hello all you amazing people and welcome to the video, and in this video I'm going to talk about anxious thinking and DPDR and some of the things that you can do to help you with your anxious thinking in these really difficult times that you're going through at the moment. For those of you that are new to the channel, then welcome. My name is Dan and I help people overcome their anxious thoughts so they can start to live a life DPDR free using coaching techniques. So first of all, it might be really useful to actually define what I mean by anxious overthinking. And what I mean by that is where you're sort of on a bit of a loop in terms of thinking about stuff either too deeply or for too long. So as an example of this, there could be something that's happening in the very immediate future, like a few days from now, that you're a little bit worried about. Maybe you've got a job interview, maybe you have to meet somebody, or you have to go outside, or you've just got to do something which you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable about, and you start to really overthink it. And if you let yourself get into this state where you do just start to completely overthink everything, then you do get in a bit of a spiral and you go down quickly down the rabbit hole of really not being able to sort of pull yourself out of it and actually sort of take a step back and even realize that you are overthinking all this stuff. The first thing that might help you with your anxious overthinking is to actually recognize that you're doing that. Then you have the power to make a choice about what you do to counter this and to make yourself feel better. You might not even realize you're doing this. An example would be, when sort of people say to you, calm down, take a breath. You're just sort of getting into the flow of it and the zone of it so much that you don't even realize that you're doing this. Once you've done that, a really helpful thing is to, instead of trying to answer all these questions of what's going to happen in the future and all that other type of stuff, which is making you anxious, ask yourself a different question, which is answerable, which is, why am I overthinking this? Why is this so important to me that I have to overthink it? It could be because you want to feel safe. It could be because you want to feel like you have a sense of control. Once you've got a rough idea of why you're even doing this, then you can start to do something about it. So for example, if it is that overthinking it makes you feel safe, consider what are some other ways that you can feel safe. So for example, if you're a little bit worried about going and doing a certain thing, for example, shopping, perhaps you could come up with a list of 2 or 3 things that you can do as like a backup plan if you do start to feel a little bit anxious when you go shopping. If you're not even aware why you are overthinking, then perhaps you can ask yourself some questions. And these are similar questions that I ask people when I'm coaching people. So you can ask yourself things like, why is it such a problem for me about XYZ? Why is it such a problem for me that I'm overthinking? Why is it such a problem for me that I have to go to the shops? And the answer to that question, you just ask the same question again. So for example, why is it such a problem for me that I'm overthinking so much? Well, it's such a problem for me because it just completely overwhelms my mind. Well, why is it such a problem for you that it completely overwhelms your mind? Well, when it completely overwhelms my mind, it doesn't let me think about anything else. Well, why is it such a problem for me when I'm not able to think of anything else? Well, when I'm not able to think of anything else, I feel like I don't have any control over anything. Ah, okay. So it's not necessarily that the actual overthinking is the problem here. The real problem here is that you have a sense that you don't have any control over stuff. And now you've come to that realization, you can say to yourself, well, how can I enact more control over my life? Okay, well, I can control how I choose to react to these overthinking, anxious thoughts. Really what I'm getting at here is that if you can understand why you are overthinking, that is going to give you a lot of ammunition about how to reduce your overthinking. And also the overthinking might just be sort of the surface level symptom of something that's going on a little bit deeper underneath. So my friends, if you do have any questions about any of this, I would really love to know them and I'll do my best to answer them. So leave a comment, and until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.